Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Sanders standing here in the ring with one of the top cruiserweights in the world, a man that holds a very prestigious title, the HWA Cruiserweight belt. But last week, Jamie Knoble, Pepper Parks handed you a loss. But let me tell you what I've done. I've went past the Pepper Parks. I went past the HWA, their politics, their conspiracy, their controversy. I went way past that, and I have found you one of the top cruiserweights in the nation. And I'm talking about a guy that's going to put Jamie by God Knoble to the test right here tonight. A guy that's going to make these people a believer in you. I'm talking about Jason Lee.
Well, there you heard the explanation lesson. We're about to see Jamie Knoble now take on a man who is more noted for his tenure in Ohio Valley Wrestling. He's not connected with the HWA, the Suicide Blonde. Jason Lee, handpicked by Sanders to give Knoble a test.
Yeah, well, you know, he seems to think because he's not a part of the HWA that I don't know if he thinks that means he can't wrestle or exactly what, but I think Jason Lee is going to give Jamie Knoble all he can handle, Jim.
Coming to the ring, hailing from Evansville, Indiana, representing OVW, the Suicide Blonde, Jason Lee!
Well, the partisan crowd here in the Davis Arena doesn't know whose side to pick, with Jason Lee, not one of the most popular competitors in Ohio Valley Wrestling, but of course, Jamie Knoble couldn't win a popularity contest if the only people that voted were members of his immediate family. And with Sanders in the corner, you know, Sanders is blaming the fact that Knoble has been beaten on 2 separate occasions recently in non-title competition. Sanders is blaming HWA politics and backstage manipulations and conspiracy, blaming everything but basically Knoble's inability to get the job done that Sanders was sending him to do. Knoble could screw up an anvil, in my opinion. It's not to say he's not a great wrestler, but he's not the sharpest tool in the drawer.
Well, you know, earlier in this program, trying to get to Matt Stryker, trying to throw Stryker off his game, he came out to help the new HWA Tag Team Champions, Evan Courageous and Shannon Moore, and then it backfired in his face. They ended up losing to Stryker and Shark Boy.
Well, and as a matter of fact, Knoble, wait a minute, Jason Lee, tip up and over, goes for the hip toss. Knoble takes it flat on his back. Jason Lee with a drop kick, and Jason Lee will flat go after you, and he's an experienced veteran. He's probably got 3 or 4 years experience on Knoble. And I don't know why Sanders wanted to do that. Wait a minute, lateral press there and count of 2. I don't know why Sanders wanted to arrange this match unless, and Jason Lee, let's face it, not noted for great moral character, has been known in the past to take a bribe. So perhaps that's what they've got up their sleeve. But Knoble trying his best here to gain the victory in a knee lift to the midsection of Jason Lee. Lateral press, but only a 2.
You know, Jim, I had the same thoughts you did when he said, I've picked an opponent for you. But it's obvious to me right at this point in time, Jason Lee is in this one with everything he's got.
Wait a minute. Oh, now Sanders, now look at this. Now while Knoble distracts the referee, Sanders doing a Tennessee 2-step on Jason Lee on the floor and throws his man back into the ring. And now it's a 2-on-1 situation, as most things that Sanders is involved with become. Jamie Knoble, as we said, has been basically being persecuted and being driven crazy by Matt Stryker, who was the former Cruiserweight champion. Knoble won that belt from Stryker in a very controversial fashion. And Stryker's been tormenting Knoble, and who deserves it more than Knoble ever since.
And he's being tormented again as Stryker is at ringside yelling taunts at Jamie Knoble. And, you know, if Sanders is a good advisor, he's going to put earplugs in Jamie Knoble and tell him just to wrestle and not to listen.
Well, I don't think that anybody will ever confuse Sanders with Denny Crum or Bobby Knight or any of the other great coaches in any other sport. But right now, Sanders is effective as a distraction, a disgrace, a manipulator, a backstabber, and a back jumper. He is effective at that. We'll give Mike Sanders that.
You know, to give a little of the backstory here, too, is it's been about 1 month ago that Knoble lost a fall right here on TV in a tag match to Matt Stryker. Then he came up with some mysterious family business, or at least that's what Mike Sanders said. Knoble was gone for 2 or 3 weeks. Patrick Black, the commissioner, had to give him an extension on his title defense, which takes him into mid-November.
Whoa, up here. Oh, wait a minute. He rolled him up. Jason Lee did, but he rolled him too far. Knoble squirmed like a rat caught in a trap and got out of that pinning combination. But like you said, Knoble has had an extension on the time limit that Patrick Black decreed to defend his title on Stryker, but when that time is up, he must defend the belt against Stryker no matter what.
Exactly. And of course, while Knoble was gone, they lined up Lash LaRue, Elix Skipper, Shannon Moore, all trying to injure Matt Stryker. Just blatantly not concerned with winning the match, but just taking Stryker out of action.
Oh, wait a minute. Knoble saying, oh, now what? He was saying he was about to finish Jason Lee off, but now he's let somebody in the crowd distract him. Oh, well, wait. That's Matt Stryker. Stryker's down at ringside. I didn't see him come out. So we got Stryker on one side, Sanders on the other side. Jason Lee was in a position where he could have been taking advantage of it. Now Jason Lee, modified sky high. Knoble is down. Jason Lee trying to recoup. Sanders is ticked, to say the least. And Matt Stryker is at ringside. Things are even, and Jason Lee's got a second lease on life.
Lee with that spinning elbow, quite fancy.
Reminds me of the great Bugsy McGraw. Is now Jason Lee with a high backdrop on Jamie Knoble and the Suicide Blonde. Cocking that clothesline, ready to deliver. Oh, wait a minute. Knoble ducks under. Goes for the reverse neck breaker, snaps him down. Noble's got Jason Lee with that neck breaker.
Let's see if he's going to get it. That's his finisher right there.
Look, he's spending too much time worried about Stryker at ringside. He's always worried about Stryker.
He wants Stryker. What?
He wants Stryker to come in the ring until Stryker takes one step, and then he would run like a scalded dog.
He better pay attention. Jason Lee's coming back up. Groggy, but not.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Jason Lee with a small package. Stryker was the distraction. Sanders can't believe it. Knoble has been beaten again. Knoble is doing an impression of a bass drum. Everybody's beating him.
Oh, wait a minute. Stryker got him one up on him again. Look at here. Knoble wanted to go after him. Listen, we've got to take a break. We'll be back with more action and our special guest, WWF official, Kevin Kelly. All right, joining me here, I mentioned a special guest, my good friend, WWF official, Kevin Kelly. Welcome aboard,
Les,
Kevin.
it's always great being here. Oh,
That's it! That's it, Matt Stryker! You done went and pushed me too far! Matt Stryker, you want to fight? You got one! I'm going to put a butt whipping on you. Ajax won't bring off. Matt Stryker, your ass is grass, and I'm the lawnmower.
Whoa, Jamie, whoa. Jamie, I got everything taken care of.
You know, I'm sick of listening to you all the time, making non-title matches, making me look like a chicken. Every time your plans ain't worth a dang. Every time I come out here, something goes wrong.
Whoa. If I stand corrected, you're the one with the losses around your waist.
You better jack down, or I'm going to give you your first loss right here. You let me, what's my daddy going to thank Kevin Kelly? Me coming out here and getting whipped 2 weeks in a row on TV. He's going to have my fence on the hides. What are you going to do?
well, your dad is not going to be happy. And Mike, why don't you try listening to this young man instead of just talking all the time?
Let me tell you something, Kevin Kelly, let me tell you something to listen to, you and Les Thatcher. When this W.C.W. invasion is over, said, with and done, you two guys are going to be doing nothing but selling apples, oranges, peaches, and pencils on a street corner down in Memphis because you're not going to have a job. And if you don't believe what I say, take a look at what's up next for HWA and the WWF.
Wow. Well, you know.
I wonder if anybody would be able to provide subtitles for what Jamie Knoble just said for people from the north, because I certainly didn't understand
I don't know, but for a champion who can't seem to get a pinfall in, he's got a lot of talk and not a lot of action.
Got a lot of problems.